Blessings, Capricorn soul travelers, and welcome to Venusian Empress Oracle. You are joining Priestess Melissae. We're going to get into your weekly reading, which is going to be a love reading. We're going to pull a card from the Romance Angels cards and see what is coming out for you today in love. Now, these messages are general, may or may not resonate with everyone. If they do, great. Hit the like button, and if you'd like to know more, reach out at VenusianWays.org. And then also, don't forget, guys, we do have the upcoming Tarot certification course. This is an amazing course where you're going to learn so much. You're going to be such a pro coming out the gate. Being able to be trained by someone who is an initiated priestess, as it is, all right? The best to learn from. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know, including tapping into your intuition so you can read for yourself or for others, all right? So then we will get into the Psychic Tarot to see and clarify what is going on further for you today, Capricorn, in regards to the message that comes out for you. For all of the things that I've mentioned today, like the Tarot certification course, being able to reach out to me at VenusianWays.org. Also my social media links, because you'll want to follow me there. I do put out readings and things like that there as well that you'll probably want to see. But all of that will be in the description box, okay guys? So, Wisdom and Three of Cups coming out today. So we're either celebrating and happy, or we're learning something around the home, which could be a third party type of situation. Also, Three of Cups you have to be aware of could be too much drinking, you know, tossing them back too much too. But we don't want to move on from this situation, whatever it is. It looks like, you know, for the most part, what's coming out at this time does look fairly good. So we'll go with that for the moment. Then we will clarify those cards even further with the Vice Versa Tarot. And since we're going into the new moon energies, or doing the readings based on that and around love, we're going to see what's coming out as far as what we may be releasing, because new moons are a time of releasing, clearing out, and, you know, weeding the garden, if you will. And then, you know, allowing ourselves to plant those new seeds. What does a new life look like, and what kind of things? The seeds are those aspects of what that new life looks like, right? And we want to nurture that. So what is it that we want to fill our container with once we empty it of certain things? All right, so then at the end, as we always do, we're going to get some more love messages for advice moving forward from the Lover's Oracle cards, so do stick around for that. And without further ado, we're going to bring in the energies now and start your reading, Capricorn. Watch your ears. Calling in the angels, ancestors, way-showers, and guides of the white light. Thank you for messages that are helpful for Capricorn in love. Take a couple of nice, slow, deep breaths and relax. Beautiful. Okay, Capricorn, let's see what's going on for you today, shall we? I just want to thank you all so very much for your likes, comments, shares, donations. I love connecting with you guys in the chats. And do hit the subscribe and bell notification if you haven't already. That way you don't miss any of the videos. If I seem a little tired, it's because I am. I just came off of a 12-hour shift. So I really want to get these messages out while we're still in the energies of the new moon. Let's see what's going on for you, Capricorn. So, you know, support me, please, by liking the videos. And, you know, if you took time to listen to the video, especially all the way through, for sure hit the like button. Thank you. Let's see what's going on for Capricorn today, shall we? Capricorn. Okay, forgiving and learning. This could be the one. And honeymoon. Interesting. So it feels like you may be thinking about someone right now. But at the precipice of all of this is forgiving and learning. What is it at this time that is the main thing that you are dealing with, that you're having to more or less face? Maybe you can't do anything about at this time, because maybe that's why this could be the one, and the honeymoon energy is coming out along with this card, right? Forgiving and learning says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So this is how we get back to the present, as we let that past go. And we were just talking about that, weeding out the garden, you know, emptying the container of all the negative so we can fill it with the positive. Start to get back into that good feeling honeymoon energy, maybe within ourselves even. That's at the top. So honeymoon, and this could be the one. What is this all about? We're definitely going to be checking all of this out. Maybe you're meeting someone, and maybe you're doing this as a result of doing this healing, all right? Forgiving and learning. Let's read that today for you, Capricorn. Okay. The romance angels have heard your desire for great love, and they bring you this card as guidance. They see that your heart can give and receive the bliss of romance by clearing away the cobwebs of the past. Very important, clearing away the cobwebs of the past. The angels know that you have been hurt before and that you are wary of being hurt again. Yet defenses are creating barriers to allowing love into your life. So what does that say again? So defenses are creating barriers to allowing love into your life. It's like those walls, you know, you've got to let your walls down. It's like you can't constantly be on the defense when you come up against, you know, a potential situation, you know, somebody that there really could be something good with, right? And then it just ruins everything because you go back into this past energy of thinking things are just going to turn out the way that they always have been, right? So this is part of that forgiving and learning process, that it doesn't have to be the same. As you heal your past, you won't keep recreating it. Absolutely, right? What we just talked about. After all, you attract into your life the situations and relationships that remind you of what you have already experienced, because that is a primary tool of healing. So are you ready to learn and transcend, you know, get off the karmic wheel, reincarnating this cycle once again? To change to a healthier relationship pattern, it's necessary to detoxify any old anger, blame, or unforgiveness you may be holding. Very important here. To change to a healthier relationship pattern, once again, it is necessary to detoxify any old anger, blame, or unforgiveness you may be holding. This includes forgiving yourself. If you call upon the angels and ask them to help you release and heal your past, they will clear away the heaviness so that your heart can soar with happiness. Yeah, doesn't that feel much better? But you gotta let those walls down, those defenses down, and the way you do that is by truly healing, truly allowing yourself to be lifted from all of these burdens that are self-imposed. Let's, you know, be honest with ourselves, right? Because if those situations are no longer presently happening in our life, then it's just us recreating that, you know, either within ourselves and just reliving all of that, or within relationships that we move into, because again, that's the energy that we're in, if you will. So makes sense, right? So even if this could be the one, you know, sometimes it's got to go past the honeymoon phase, and so you got to be able to, you know, have worked through those lessons in the past and forgiving yourself for things that didn't work out, and, you know, all of that good stuff, so we're not bringing that baggage into the next situation, or even if we're trying to rekindle a situation, right? Being in two minds, not moving on, yeah, staying stuck, you know, not learning, not forgiving, that's definitely not going to allow us to move on. It's going to keep us in that discontent and bored energy, in two minds, constantly conflicted and confused within ourselves. That's what this is. Needing to not see everything as challenges and obstacles, and actually know that, you know, you can transcend all of those past circumstances and be rewarded with that relationship that you truly want to have, you know, in your life. You have to be ready for that, and to be recognized. Yeah, I love seeing that crossing you. Fertility, something is definitely going to grow, it looks like, from a situation. It looks like in the past you put some sort of, you know, deception behind you, somebody that may have been lying, cheating, stealing from you. Could be a partner, you know, a relationship dynamic, or it could be family or friends. Well, we're talking about love, so, but it could be family or friends too. These cards don't only relate to romance, if you will, even though that's how they're labeled. But in any case, you know, maybe somebody, well, I got that somebody was seeing that you were rebuilding and they were, you know, perhaps jealous of you about it. You decided to put some situation in the past, though, behind you because, yeah, it's like, who wants to be in this energy forever, right? So I feel like you have been ready to come out of this. You did your healing, if you will, forgiving and learning here. New beginnings. This is where you're at. 0 point energy, baby. And see, you know, you can see the steps behind and you can't really see the steps moving forward, but they do appear as you take that next step forward. Spirit's showing you which way to go. And actually, this was supposed to come beforehand, but this is, you know, but you've got to choose to put these situations from the past behind you. The memories of love card coming out. You know, these situations that just weren't meant for you, you know, that weren't meant for this new place that you have been moving into, because you've cleared away, it feels like. So now it's like you're ready for something new, but choose wisely. All right, that's that 7 of Cups energy. You need to really think about and look at each way, or each person, each situation, you know, neutrally, and, you know, just, yes, logically, but using your intuition. It's like you don't cut your feelings off, but you know those murky waters are those situations from our past, you know, that we have grown through. We're growing out of that water, out of the ground, even, if you will, when we were talking about the weeding and putting the seeds in, and it's like allowing ourselves to move forward, even if, you know, it feels a bit like we've suffered a bit through these circumstances because there's so much that we've had to give up. This is allowing us to deal with that shadow aspect of our being moving forward so that we can be a more balanced person and make better decisions through that forgiving and learning process. The wait is over, right? With that Empress energy, it is time to grow something good here. Be aware, though, that you are in control of this. It's all about your balance, you know. It's all about your energy and your state of being. Are you ready for, you know, something new in your life? Are you ready to move into that phase where everything feels wonderful and good? I see 9 of Pentacles here. I mean, because sometimes, you know, you're at a point where you could go either direction. 0, new beginnings. It's like, you know, you could go with a new person, you could choose to stay with yourself a bit longer, you know, by yourself, because sometimes it's kind of nice doing that too, right? For anybody who, you know, has navigated that. Not everybody goes from relationship to relationship. But these times alone can really give you opportunity to grow and become a different person, a better person, decide, like, you know, who are you and what do you really like, you know, and how did you even get into these past relationships to begin with? Queen of Pentacles, yeah. You have been working on building a stable and balanced home. Kicking out is what I was kind of hearing, you know, those people who were doing nothing but, you know, more or less like tainting and tarnishing your home. It's like people not appreciating good things, you know, taking care of nice things, if you will. Causing a lot of worry, perhaps, definitely around a love situation. Interesting. Firm foundation. I mean, I feel like you're pretty balanced overall, but you could be dealing with somebody, or was dealing with somebody in the past that was not, You're not holding back though. This shows you worried about with that Four of Pentacles and that firm foundation. Once again, you know, that's where your focus is getting yourself in a good place. You've done, like I said, you know, by walking away from a situation, perhaps. Temperance, focusing on your healing, right? Knight of Swords energy. You know, you're moving forward fast in ways that are honest. Yeah, with the Hierophant energy coming out, or you could have been married to this person. But, you know, you're ready to come out of this, you know, energy where you're pulled back, kind of even pulled back from other people. Yeah, definitely could have been turning your back on people, dealing with other people, if you will, that caused you to have to move on and, you know, make these changes that you perhaps weren't prepared to make or weren't ready to make. So the memories of love in reverse, you were honest with yourself about something that wasn't working, perhaps about someone who claimed to be like a twin flame or, you know, soulmate or that kind of energy. But, you know, sometimes people can know the right words to say. You know, a lot of people know the jargon and the lingo out there, but this is where we have to be able to use our intuition, because any of us can learn, you know, how to play the game, if you will. Knight of Cups energy, right? Get you looking, like throw you off the scent, you know. They got you worried about other things instead of focused within, you know. These dogs barking, he's looking at them, and all they're seeing, you know, then is all these troubles. And it's like, as you're trying to move forward, you know, there could be, again, all of these concerns that there's just going to be more of these Knight of Cups energies. You know, somebody trying to come in and gaslight you, love bomb you. Yeah, look at this. Somebody that may be with somebody else. You don't want somebody like that coming in that's got a mistress, that's dealing with somebody else, that kind of energy. You know, you've healed and learned from that is what I'm seeing here. For sure. And you may have someone who's still watching you, and you even know that, perhaps, you know, and they know what they've done and what they perhaps haven't owned up to, and that could be what's, you know, keeping you from moving forward, is really still kind of being in the back of your mind, you know, in the deepest recesses of your being, you know, where nobody would know. They think that you've really healed and moved on from this situation, but you know that there's a part of you that kind of holds on a little bit of resentment, right? And unforgiveness for this person not really owning up and just telling you what was going on, perhaps, or being honest with you about something. Choose wisely. Yep. Definitely be aware of who you're dealing with, because there could be other people talking here, trying to set you up, is the energy that I was getting, to get you caught up in a situation or with someone that, almost like a bet or a dare. Yeah, for money, Ten of Pentacles. But know your value and worth, and, you know, take your time before you get into situations. Sacrifice. It may be a sacrifice at the moment to, you know, not be with other people, to not have sex, to be abstinent a little bit. It's not the end of the world, guys. Sacrifice. It's going to serve you so much better, though, because we get a King of Wands in reverse and the Two of Cups. All right, so this is definitely energy that you had to turn your back on, that you had to cut your energy off from. This person, perhaps, that with this King of Wands turned his back on you, right? That's what could have happened here. Again, we have a lot of Wand energy, Pentacle and Wand energy. So there's definitely two women in this scenario. There could be a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy, as well as an Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius energy. But definitely this person has turned their back, cut their energy off, if you will, and that was a sacrifice that they made, you know, and that was made for this relationship, you know. So one person really felt like this was everything that they wanted, while the other person was looking in another direction. Three of Wands. Suffering in silence. And And we got the Ten of Pentacles energy. You know, I feel like that, even interestingly enough, I almost feel like this person may have, I don't want to say payoff money. I don't even know why this is coming to me, but I just almost feel like to keep you from being too upset, you know, they gave you a little token or consolation gift, if you will. And maybe you always knew that this person was kind of like this. Maybe they do have money, and maybe they are a playboy, or, you know, that kind of thing, have sugar babies, or I don't know, I'm just really getting that kind of energy here, and you feel like they played you too. Yeah. And maybe what you're going to have to be looking at in the future is, do you want to keep taking money from this person? Maybe you are a sugar baby, or maybe you are a sugar daddy, or maybe you were in a dynamic where you fell in love with someone, where you were an escort or something like that. This is just very interesting energy, but somebody, it feels like, fell in love with somebody who wasn't really like the most balanced setup to begin with. And it almost felt like a little bit of not honoring yourself kind of energy, and really taking a step in a different direction to, you know, see what that looks like. You know, when you love yourself and you turn your back on these situations and really go within, you know, really figure out the right direction for yourself moving forward. And what does it look like when you're living a life where it's like normal, and you know, you're together with someone for the right reasons, and you don't have people talking about you or knowing all about your business and that kind of thing? Or I don't know, I just really kind of get that energy with all the Queen and King of Wands energy, Mistress, and all that good stuff, you know what I mean? Okay, so coming out here today, release your blocks. So what is blocking you? And you do know exactly what that is if you're tapping into that right now. That is what you need to pay attention to and be aware of. Step up and lead. So this is time for you to be the bigger person for sure. We have got Scorpio, Capricorn energy also. That could be you. Step up and lead. Release your blocks. Maybe you've got blocks with a, what was that first one that came out? Maybe you've got some blocks with a Scorpio energy. We've got Cancer energy coming out here as well. Let your fears dissolve. So it's time to just let it all go, all right? It's time to let it wash away with the tide. Maybe you're at an ocean right now and you're thinking about all of this. In any case, you know, just really going over all of this and maybe deciding how you want to move forward. Feels like you always have kind of had money kind of thing, but it's like, you know, there's different ways of making money, and some are just more honorable than others, and less, you know, controlling and restrictive than others, you know what I mean? And you can have so much better than what you've had in the past for sure. But forgive yourself as well as others for the dynamics that you've been caught up in. Soulmate energy says your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. So start to really engage with what that new person looks like. Those are your seeds that you're planting as you're forgiving and learning from the past and knowing what you don't want to have moving into your future. Make sure that you really think about it, and that what you manifest is truly what is going to make you happy and help you to build. So in time is the energy here. You are trying too hard, give it time, okay? Rome wasn't built in the day. An apple tree takes like 20 years to start bearing fruit. I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to take forever, but you do have to understand that, you know, when you've even just had one way of thinking, you know, about things, you know, and healing from that and moving into a different way of thinking about love in this situation, and again, the way that it can be, and not bringing that negative energy into a new dynamic more than anything, Capricorn. All right, so hit the like button, subscribe, and bell notification. Again, check the description box for all of the social media links for the upcoming tarot certification. You guys are amazing. I'll see you soon, and bye for now.